It's the best of the best. WSOY on the road for the next 3 months, identifying the best organizations, businesses, and institutions in the greater Decatur area that are making a huge impact. We're here on the campus of Richland Community College with Dr. Gail Saunders, the fifth president in a line of presidents over the 40-plus years of this college's existence. We've got great photos up on the website for people to take a look at, including the Bank Vault Library and all of that. But we go back to the days where it was called Prairie College and then Macon Land Junior College. But finally, the voters in 1971 said, we need a community college. And you talk about the shift in our community over the years. Kids would graduate high school in the 50s and 60s and go work for a large manufacturer,
right,
or go to a four-year institution. You know, you've been in this for a little while. Tell me why a community college has evolved into the answer that it is today and not maybe the stigma it was in 1971, and how vitally important it is to our community.
Well, you know, the community college movement started in 1965.
Okay.
And so then community colleges started sprouting up all over the country. And Richland Community College was really a couple of years behind some of the bigger and larger community college systems that you see, particularly in the state of Illinois.
And now we are today, and the growth has been phenomenal, particularly
yes,
under your tenure as president. New buildings are going up, it seems like, every month. New career paths as you kind of find the way, you know, what's the next technology, the next field, and try to put a square peg into a square hole where kids from this area are going to get the education they need to become very successful in life. And whether that's the sequestration center, whether that's agriculture, whether that's welding, it goes on and on. How do you figure out, how much is enough, and planning 3, 4, 5, 10 years down the road?
Well, we have a really strong history of faculty excellence at the college, so our teaching and learning operations have always been very, very strong at Richland, and we have high levels of student success, and those student success rates have always gotten students really, really good jobs or given them opportunities to transfer to universities and then continue with their education. In this case, we have to pay really close attention to what's happening in central Illinois and what's the local workforce of the future going to need. And Richland Community College works really, really hard to forecast what those new careers are going to be and what the skill sets associated with those careers are. And then our students can get engaged in the careers that are going to get them the positions, the middle skills jobs that they really need to prosper here in central Illinois.
And you work hand in hand with our large employers and small employers, sort of figuring out what Caterpillar is going to look like in 2020 and what ADM is going to look like and what kind of workforce we need to have ready to go when it's time. What's amazing about the student population as you walk around the campus is not only the growth but the excitement, but just how diverse it is. All age groups, people that lose their jobs. Richland was single-handedly responsible for taking an awful lot of Firestone workers, who after years of working in tire manufacturing had to kind of figure out a new career, and you were here for them and set a lot of those people off on new career paths because of what the college has to offer.
We help people reinvent themselves, and any more people go through a variety of careers during their lifetime. In fact, it's probably happening quicker and quicker and quicker.
People don't just go to work for a company for 30 years the way they used to.
It just doesn't happen anymore. To be president here for going on 14 years, that's really
a long time.
An odd thing for a president to do nowadays. And I'm really glad that I am doing it, and it provides a true consistency to the kind of playing field that Richland Community College is trying to aspire to. But the reality is we have to pay really close attention to where the economics are heading throughout the country. We have to know what the trends data looks like for our area and around the globe, really.
Yeah, and
because today's workers are going to work in a very global society, and they need to be capable of managing that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you have the consistency. I noticed the first staff members hired were David Cooprider and Larry Klugman. Larry Klugman's still teaching in class. Mr. Cooprider is now on your board of trustees. So you've had people with all this vision, but the consistency of leadership and people who are invested in making Richland successful.
Well, it's a visionary activity and a very, very strong board of trustees who really care about the community and the educational opportunities that a community college provides. And we're very fortunate in, I think, this part of the country and in central Illinois particularly, in that the community college is so well looked upon by its community and that the community supports it the way it does.
Yeah, over 4 decades.
We thrive with our partners The community college does not do what it does today without a variety of partners that we get engaged with.
Well, people have come to know that, after 4 decades of starting in a bank vault to this beautiful campus, that there's not a stigma attached to a community college. It's a very smart way to invest the precious dollars you have into an education with the partnerships you have with the University of Illinois and Millikan. It's a great way to begin your career, no matter what path you're following.
That's right.
And you know that you're going to get a top-rate education. In fact, there's plenty of numbers to show that people that go into the nursing program at Richland in 2 years and go to Millikan do better because they've spent their first 2 years here.
That's right. And the alliances that we are building with our universities and with our high schools, we have 17 feeder high schools that come into Richland Community College, and those college readiness alliances that have been built up over the years really allows our students to seamlessly transfer from one kind of educational process to the next, very easy, very affordably, and with high levels of success.
No doubt about it. That's why they're one of the best of the best. It's #25. We're out on the road on the campus at Richland Community College.